Alex, yourself?
Not bad, thank you, not bad.
Good to be back in Adelaide?
Well, no.
No.
If I'd stayed in Darwin, I wouldn't be locked down, computer.
well, it's good to have you back anyway.
Oh, thanks, mate. Had to get rid of them other blokes. That's all right. No, they've done a great job. I appreciate their help, and yeah, so we're back. We're back. The boys are back.
Deadly duo. I was feeling a bit under pressure with them boys around me, Alex. So having you back's all good.
That's all right. So what have we got this week, Phil?
Well, normally, as you know, I can talk underwater, but due to the COVID-19, it's hampered us a lot.
Yeah.
So it's been a nightmare, really. We should have had the South Australian junior titles on the weekend. They were all cancelled.
Yeah. This
coming weekend, we had the state 6 reg all cancelled. All our league matches, just as like you, all cancelled.
Yeah.
So the COVID-19 has been a nightmare, really.
Yeah. It's a shame. You know, that the state government made that decision, and whether you think it was right or wrong, it's turned out okay at the moment, but we don't know what the alternative would have been. So I think for what it's worth, I think it was probably the right thing to do. Shame that all the tournaments get cancelled, but we're all safe and we can move on. So
it must have been a nightmare for Empire and the Furphy. How many players did you have coming from interstate?
So that's the unfortunate part. You know, you got the guys. We had like 22, I think, coming from some New South Wales. One guy from Brisbane. I doubt if they'd lost their airline ticket, so they would have been able to swap it over for another date. We are looking at putting the Furphy back on sometime in February, so February 2021 next year. So I'm assuming then guys will come. We don't want to just put it on 2 weeks' time, because no one's had any time to organise anything, time off work and all that. You know,
close to Christmas.
Yeah, and it's close to Christmas, exactly right. And I know there's another tournament in New South Wales that we don't want to be near that. You know, just give people full opportunity to come along. Obviously, the more the merrier, makes it a better tournament. Get the better players coming, so that's a good thing. Obviously, we've cancelled or postponed all our Super League matches, all the City of Adelaide, all the Suburban, all the other leagues in the state have all been postponed. So, you know, it looks like December 1 is the...
It's going to be a pool party.
Oh, everyone will be chalking their cues on that night, computer. It should be good. I mean, hopefully it all gets back to normal very soon. So...
But, you did mention you were in Darwin, Alex, and we did speak a little bit about your performance last week. So we might as well hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, well, I must admit it was.
What were the conditions like?
Look, we knew. I knew it was going to be hot. I've been there many times over the last sort of 30 years. I think first time I went up there I was about 24 years old and played in the Darwin Open then, and. You know, I knew it was going to be hot, so I get off the plane, and boy, it was hot, right? And I'm thinking, no, it's not so bad. It's all right, you know. I get to the venue, I see some of the old faces. Carl Borsey comes up to me and says, "Jesus, Ace, it's hot outside." And I'm thinking, well, if he's saying it's hot outside, it must be hot outside.
He's lived there his whole life.
That's right, and the Darwin guys, they know what the heat's all about. And I'm thinking, well, it wasn't too bad, you know. It was nice weather to go to, you know. And then more and more people kept saying, "Oh, Jesus, hot outside." Right? It's like, well, this is good because it's put them out of their comfort zone. You know, everyone's complaining how hot it is, and the venue was nice. There was no issues with the heat inside. It wasn't muggy. The air conditioner was working fine, so there was no issues inside. I wore a glove, and that helped. You know, helped the conditions for me anyway. Didn't worry me. So that was all fine. We had the qualifying on the Saturday. We only had groups of 8. Had like 68 runners. A lot of them came from Brisbane. We had like JJ Spink come over, Shannon Purcell, Justin Thursby, another Australian player. Darwin's best, Chris Beagley, he performed quite well. I got some results there that I'll go through in a second. Justin Sage came from New South Wales. And a lot of people came from Katherine, you know, in the middle of Australia. There's Tennant Creek as well. A couple of guys came from there, so there's a long drive for some of them.
If you put the Adelaide boys in there as well, But 68 players is still a very strong field.
Oh,
We're talking Australian players, Australian champions.
Absolutely. And if I just go through the quarter-final matches, Justin Sage played JJ Spink from Brisbane. Chris Beagley played Sarwan. So there's 2 Australian players. Justin Sage obviously being one of Australia's best players. Myself, I played Justin Thursby, another Australian player. Mikey played Shannon Purcell. So now, you'd think all their matches are going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work out that way. Justin beat Spinksy 5-0.
Yeah.
And so Justin had 2 other matches prior to that match, and he won them all to love. So he won his first one 4-0, second one 4-0, third one 5-0. Right? So that's pretty good, right? Chris Beagley ended up playing Sarwan 5-2. He beat Sarwan. I beat Justin Thursby 5-1, and Mikey beat Shannon Purcell 5-1.
Yeah, they easily could have been hill games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So then we got our semi-finals. Justin played Chris Beagley, and that was a 6-5. So
it was all flipped all of a sudden.
Yeah, so Chris Beagley was actually 5-4 up, had the first opportunity.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying I'd won. I mean, I was 4-2 down in the semi to Mikey.
Yep.
Got back to 5-4 up, and 5-all, ended up beating Mikey in the last. He had an opportunity, and was taking on the out, winning off, and I basically ran the balls out. But I was hoping it was a 5-all game, and I turned around to watch, and I was hoping Chris Beagley would win.
I'd be hoping so too.
Yeah, not because I didn't want to play Justin,
yeah,
but because I'd never played Chris Beagley.
Yeah.
And there was probably a crowd of about 50 people there, and obviously all backing the NT guy, so I like that scenario, I like that challenge as well. But as it turned out, Justin beat Chris, so I ended up playing Justin in the final. And I thought about it, I've gone home and had a few drinks, and next morning I thought about the match, and I thought I didn't play that well. So I got back to Adelaide and I watched the match. And I thought, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? And first frame, I broke, didn't get a ball. Justin went out.
Yeah.
Second frame, Justin broke, didn't get a ball. I went out.
Yep.
1-all. I break, go game. Justin breaks, goes game. So for me saying I didn't play that well.
I think you're selling yourself a little bit short there, Alex. I did have a look.
Yeah.
And the standard I thought was pretty high.
Well, we got to 2-all, and then a couple of tactical frames dropped in there. And you give Justin half a chance, and he's gonna take advantage of that. And in saying that, I enjoyed watching the matches because I was aggressive and I had opportunities to stuff it up. And then he didn't want to go for some reason. He just wanted to make sure. When you get in them frames where I'm just not going to lose this frame. I'm going to do everything I possibly can. He kept on going for a snooker, and I was getting out of it. And me when I'm masse, 3 cushions, whatever, I'll just try anything.
Yeah.
And you get close, you hit the ball, give it a chance, and as it turned out, I missed a relatively easy black on a break and finish. I missed a double that I shouldn't have missed.
You normally get them.
Yeah, well, I lost 7-2. I thought it could have been, or should have been 5-4.
You're talking 2 misses, you've lost the match.
Yeah, pretty much. So. But all in all, it was a good tournament. There's a lot of good players there, but it was good to see all the old faces that I'd seen like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was great. That was a great time.
Well, I just remember on the podium again.
Yeah, well, if you're making finals, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that was good. My preparation could have been a little bit better, but at the end of the day, you can only fit in what you can fit in. So.
Are you talking Jaeger bombs here, or?
Well, they didn't have any Jaegers up there, Phil.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe. But in saying that, it was a really good time. Went up there with James Brown. We stayed together, had a great time together. And the boys, Mikey and so on, good time. So yeah.
Sounds like a big thumbs up to the Darwin Open. And
absolutely.
Push it for next year. Maybe you can get some more people from Adelaide travelling there.
Well, they're talking about May the 1st, which is they call it May Day. I don't know why. Yeah, but they call it May Day. I think it's the first day of their dry season.
Yeah.
So the weather's a little bit better rather than the hot muggy, which is their wet season, first day of the wet season when we went up there. So yeah, that should be interesting. We'll let you know obviously dates and times and what's going on. But the airfare was reasonable price. Accommodation was nice, so you know, it's an affordable trip.
All in all,
yeah,
did well.
It was good. So the next tournament we've got coming up is our Schweppes Cup. Now again, we're waiting for restrictions to be lifted, which is the 1st of December. We've actually had it scheduled for the 4th, 5th and 6th of December. Obviously there's still time to get in. Now we capped this tournament at 64 players only. So what we're looking for is 8 groups of 8. And we normally have 2 groups on the Friday and 6 groups on the Saturday. So we just 64 players, that goes to 32 on the Sunday with longer races. So, you know, if you get through, top 4 go through from each group. So you really got to, it's not like just turn up and you get through, you know what I mean?
So what sort of prize money will that be?
Well, we're looking at around a $2,500 total prize money. So maybe about 1,000 to 1,400 first prize.
Pretty good first prize.
Well, coming up
just
to Christmas. That's right. Get your Christmas presents in and that. So it's a $40 entry. Qualifying on the Saturday, we open at 11, start at 12, and Sunday we start at 12 because there's only 32 players. There's only 5 rounds. So which looked like finishing around at 7:30 or start the final about 7 o'clock, 7:30, which is a 8:30, 9 o'clock finish, which is a good time.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, so and of course all the races on the Sunday are going to be like a race to 4, start off at a race to 4 at minimum, and then move further, go deeper into the event, will be more frames. So
well,
there you go.
With this lockdown, I think they could be bashing the doors down to get in that tournament.
Well,
so
like
they might have to get in early.
Like I said, well, I'd like to see a pool player get in early.
Well, they better change their tune.
They better, if they want to get in. Telling you, there's only 64 players.
Probably how many spots to take?
Well, I think there's about 35, 36 spots gone.
So
I know there's a couple from Victoria just hanging out for a tournament, hanging out to get out of Victoria and want to come away and play in a tournament. So I know there's 3 or 4 coming over from there. So that'd be nice to see them guys as well.
So there's actually a small amount of spots available.
That's right. So you want to get in, you got to get in quick.
Well, what's the dates?
5th and 6th. We have a qualifying on the 4th, the Friday night, if for players at work.
And what time does that start?
The 7:30 on the Friday night, and then Saturday is a 12 o'clock start.
Okay.
So easy.
Awesome. Well, we did. In saying we did get shut down, Alex, we did have a event at Snooker SA last week.
Yeah.
So we had, while you were away, we had the qualifying for the state ladies.
Right.
And we had a massive upset in Taylor not making the semi-finals.
Yeah, I did hear that on the cast last time. Yes.
Yeah. So the final was due for Wednesday between Sue Martin and Natalie Hatton, and then on the Monday, I think 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the state government shut us down for 2 weeks, as of on the Tuesday. So we had this dilemma of not running the final or playing it on Monday night, which meant me phoning Natalie Hatton at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, asking her if she could play the final that night.
Yeah.
Natalie lives 2 hours from Adelaide.
Yeah.
So Natalie dropped everything, packed the family up in the car, headed to Adelaide, and Sue was able to play.
Yeah.
So at the 11th hour, we arranged to have the final played on Monday night.
Yeah.
We got Frank Jewins to referee, Roger Davey did the scoreboard, and Arthur prepared the table, so everything was fantastic for the girls. They played the final, and Sue Martin got up. She won 3-1, which is probably the outcome we would have all tipped. You know, so that was Sue's 9th state title.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic player. But in saying that, Alex, Natalie lost the first frame on the black and had a shot at winning the first frame, and then came out all guns blazing in the second frame and won it quite easily. Well, when I say easily, she was in control and she won that frame, so it's 1-1, and Natalie could have easily been 2-0 up.
Yeah.
But then I felt when we had a match on our hands, Sue's experience kicked in a bit more then, and Sue took control of that game, and
just played the better safety. That's what I heard. The safety was a big part of it.
Yeah, she tied Natalie down and just make the most of opportunities. The last 2 frames, she made a couple of 24 breaks as well.
Right.
For that standard is very good, and it's very hard to peg back. But it was an intriguing final. Natalie should be proud of making the final. She did extremely well.
Yeah.
And Sue, you won't believe this, Alex, she won that title 43 years ago.
I was going to say, I'm thinking in my head, how old is she? Like, how old is she?
So, secrets are secrets, Alex. You
don't ask the ladies.
You don't ask the ladies that information.
Well, 43 years ago, so you're saying 65,
Early
I'm not
60s,
saying
yeah.
70.
But she must have been about 20 when she won her first title.
Wow. That's...
So I know you've got some events where you've won 10, 20 years apart, but 43 years.
That's not bad.
And still playing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So well done, girls. It was a great final. We live streamed it and we had 3,500 people viewed it. Yeah. During the night, it was probably about 20 to 30 people constantly watching it.
Yeah.
But we've had 3,500 people view that final, which I find amazing.
Yeah.
And the girls put on a good show. Well done to Sue Martin.
Yeah.
Fully deserved, and well done to Natalie making the final. Only her second appearance in a snooker tournament.
Yeah.
So well done, girls.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome job. That's great.
Going back to that and the COVID, Alex, we should have had the junior state titles on the weekend, and that's been postponed. And then this weekend we had got the South Australian State 6 Red event happening, which has also been postponed. So I'll come back to you with some dates in next week, but we're gonna look if we can maybe run them events midweek, so we can actually fit it in before the end of the year. As you know, there's no dates left, no time to run these events, and we're just trying our best to make things happen. So we'll just have to keep everyone posted on them events.
Sounds good. There's one more tournament I want to tell you about. Ian Hedges.
Yep.
The Ian Hedges Memorial. Now, Ian Hedges used to play out of your room at the at Charlton's, didn't he?
Yeah, no. So I did have Charlton Pool Lounge 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Ian was a regular in there. I used to like a bit of banter with Ian. He's a very feisty character.
Yeah.
Very competitive character.
Yeah.
Always wanted to win at all costs.
Yeah.
Like whether he was playing you or playing one of the social players in the room, he always wanted to win.
Yeah.
And on his day, Alex, he was actually a very good player. He won numerous knockouts at Charlton's. When we used to run our regular knockout, he was probably the bandit that used to go in there and win it the most. But he also had that element about him, he could lose to the worst player in the room, or he could beat the best player in the room.
Yeah, I always, that's how I pretty much described Ian. He wasn't someone that was going to win the tournament, but he could beat anyone that was in that tournament. You know, and he just he's very fierce competitor, love to win, and so there's
playing Q Sports. He used to play all of them. He used to get on the 9-ball table, the 2-shot table. Any events we ran, he used to be in there. So
no, and it was a nice guy too. It was no dramas there. Good fella. So we have that memorial tournament for him. It was due to be like a week or two ago, but because of COVID and pushed things back and whatever. I was talking to Shane Mitchell today, and it looks like we might be having it on the 13th of December, which is a Sunday. It's a one-day event. It's a $10 entry, and all money goes back in prizes. It's usually a 12 o'clock start. I think it's 11:30 open or 11 o'clock open, 12 o'clock start. We can have some more details for you next week on that. Just thought I'd put that in people's mind.
Well, it's always been an event that's been well supported for you. And so initially it was at Charlton's till it closed down, wasn't it? And then transferred to Chalkers.
That's right. Yeah. And they've had some good winners. I think Nathan's won it. Ricky Emery's won it. I think Daniel Porter won it.
I think he has.
Last year or the year before. I haven't won it yet. So it says to the name. Some of the names that have won it, it's tough to win. So. But more about the name of Ian Hedges and to remember the man. So,
Well, that's
there you
good
go.
to hear.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it for this week, Alex. All I can tell you is that Snooker SA, we are unable to open until December 1. So at this stage, all our events, league matches and tournaments are cancelled to December 1. So hopefully next week we've got some better news and some rescheduled tournaments for the end of the year. So.
Well, Empire and Chalkers are still open. We come under a different banner you're coming under the sporting banner, and we with the licensing, we're under liquor licensing banner. So people wonder why they closed, why they open. It's just in different sections of the licensing areas. So, but that's all right. We'll get through it all, and we'll start potting some balls soon. All right.
Well, good to see you again, Alex.
All right, Phil. Good on you, mate.
Until next week.
No worries.
See you soon.
See you guys.